Hello everyone and welcome to Options Paycheck Live. Today I will show you again my performance during the last week and we will look at the trades that I plan for the next week. As you can see, I collected premium of $319 last week, which accounts for already since April altogether $11,008, and it means annualized return on investment from premiums is 31% or almost 32%. Let's have a look on the trades I've made and the premiums I collected. From Gamestop, I collected $62 and I was selling covered calls. For Mistral, I collected $28. It's quite low. I will show you the reason. I was rolling the options and then ran into the situation when there was a significant risk of assignment, which I didn't want to. So I will go and show you the details later. Nevertheless, the premium still positive. For Groupon, I collected a premium of $20 from covered calls. I have 100 shares, which is nice premium for this value. And then for Google, I sold cash secured puts and collected $207. Altogether, my position right now, my portfolio is close to $107,000, and we can go to the performance last week. So the portfolio dropped a little by 0.5%, and since April my performance is 25%, which is less than S&P 500 and Nasdaq right now. We can go and see the chart. So as you can see on the chart, in May I was overperforming Nasdaq and S&P 500, and then in August I started to underperform S&P 500. It's mainly because of strategy. I will go to the details, but I think now I might be positioned well to actually run and get the upside from the positions I have. And with selling the premiums, I'm keeping actually the losses lower than they would be if I was exposed only to the stocks itself. If I go to the portfolio allocation, I have Nvidia, but the major, so a little bit of Tesla, a little bit of Nvidia, some Groupon, some ClearSign Technologies, but major position is in GameStop, strategy, Google, and cash. And cash I'm currently using for selling cash secured puts on Google. All right. If we go to the details, and I will show you details of Mistral, of strategy. So last week, and let me just filter for the last week only. Last week I first sold sold covered calls for $97. It was with the strike price 395, but the price was 360. And if we go to the chart, you will see obviously what was happening last week, right? So we started somewhere here on Monday, but the price started to drop significantly on Tuesday, then stopped dropping, and on Friday actually went up again. But even since last Friday, the Monday price was already below. So basically the whole week was a little bit of decline of price. And so I will just go to the week, right? So on this weekly chart, you can see what the stock was doing. So there was this drop, and then it started to stabilize. It probably hit the bottom You can see also on this regression channel on the blue one. Let me just remove the orange one. But on the blue one, you can see that it's that it hit since it hit the bottom and might be going up again and follow Bitcoin. We can have a look on Bitcoin right now and see what we can sort of anticipate on Monday. So Bitcoin on a daily chart, Bitcoin is now 112,000, which is slightly down, not much, right? So maybe 10,000 down from the top, which is I mean it's not really bad. Let's see actually if on Monday it will start going up, or if it's somehow stabilized and going sideways. Of course, again, can it can start to hit the regression channel down. We will see. Sort of going sideways on RSI. Yeah, there is no. I mean, the movement is in the same direction, right? So there wouldn't be like risk that actually, if the chart is going up but the RSI is going down, then there is this risk that actually it will start turning and dropping. Well, we will see what the Bitcoin will be doing, but seems that Mistral will or a strategy actually hit the bottom and might be going back again, which would be positive. And so what I did, I sold covered calls with the strike price 395. Then as the price was dropping, then I sold for I sold with the strike price 370. And so I first collected premium of $97. Then with the strike price 370, I collected additional $37. And then it was somewhere here, right? So I started I put the new strike for 360, and while theta decay actually was working for me, this increase in price was just going against my position, and so I decided to close the position because I mean, obviously it was very close, right? It wasn't clear if potentially it might go way more, and I just didn't want to be in a position when I would sell for 360, and then maybe the the stock would go to 370 levels, or maybe even higher, right? So last week I didn't collect so much from strategy as a premium. It was altogether still positive $28, but this was the situation. All right. So this was the only dramatic moment last week, and we can move on. I will show you how. Let me filter for strategy. I will show you now how selling covered calls and selling options is actually working for you, and how it is lowering the purchase price, basically your base price, right? So I bought strategy for $425. My entrance was somewhere here. I was selling since here. I was selling options And so my new entrance, my new base basically is $395 because altogether in this maybe what 1.5 months, almost 2 months, in those almost 2 months I collected uh, $2,983. And so therefore, if you look at my base price at the beginning, it was $42,500. Now, deduct, if you reduce it by almost $3,000, your new base or my new base is $395 per share. And so it helps me actually with selling options again, because now I can target 397 strike price, and I'm not in risk of selling at loss, right? So even though 397 is significantly below my initial entry, it is right now I would be still in profit if I sold for 397.50. And so it allows me actually to collect a little bit more of premium from very low risk of assignment actually. So these options that I plan are with delta below 10, so really the risk of assignment is quite low, and I'm still collecting 106 or I plan to collect $136, and its annualized return on investment would be almost 20%, right? So this is not bad, and as I will be as the price will be growing, I might actually also put the strike price a little bit higher, or I might keep it for a bit and collect higher premium, right? Depends a little bit on how the chart and how the situation will look like. So for now, if I look at strategy, I am setting the strike price somewhere here, and let's see what the next week will bring. I want to show you also how option selling helped me with lowering the price for Gamestop. So I entered Gamestop somewhere here, I think 28.75, so it was somewhere here. I think it was either second day after the drop or third day. It was somewhere here, one of these days. And so 22.75 would be my initial price, so I would be now somewhere around break even, but with since June, right? Since June, with 3 months of selling options, my somewhere here, right? So I earned 1,840 on GameStop. So actually, I put here some calculation just to show you where I am with my base, with my new base. So purchase was 22.75. The capital invested was $31,850. Premium 1,840. So therefore, new base is now around 30,000, and it means per share it's 21.44, right? So if I look at the chart, I'm here, I'm somewhere 21.44, somewhere here, and if we look where are resistance levels, it's like one will be somewhere here, right around 2022. So I will be even I will be even below the not resistance but support levels, right? So yeah, so one is 25 53, or some models show 22, right? So I'm right now even below the first support level, which is really good. All right, so now let's go and have a look on my other positions and what I plan for the next week. So I plan to sell Groupon with the strike price $29. It is also delta below 10. I'll collect $5, but yeah, it's nice premium for given the value of 100 shares of Groupon. Miss strategy we discussed. Google, I'm selling puts, and so let's have a look. Google is interesting because it is oversold on RSI. It's again uh, going towards oversold territory, and of course the stock is very good, right? It's growing a lot. The profits are growing, the earnings are growing, and the products it has are very good. Let's see whether I because I'm selling puts for 202.50. Let's see whether it can still go a little bit below, and potentially I can have a chance to take it at this price, which would be very positive. If not, then I will be sort of chasing Google, um, and hopefully at some point just purchasing it for the price I'm doing. If if you look at the Google when I'm selling puts, so I think it's since here, right? So I sold 197.50, and then I started to sell puts. So it is already once, second, and then it would be for the third time. It's 100 shares, so basically $6 or 660 per one share, and 197 plus 660 is $204. So if I bought for 202 and 50 cents, I would be below, and I would be still earning some premium. And if I, yeah, and I think if it doesn't grow really much, right? If it sort of stays in this territory of growth, there might be a chance actually that I will just catch it with cash secured puts if the price goes up, and it's just and I'm just not able to catch up with the puts. I will enter the position and start selling covered calls. All right, so that's for Google. What I'm interested in is also to have a look on Rivian, because I think it was doing some interesting moves. Yeah, right. So we can have a look on Rivian. It was maybe 2 weeks ago in oversold territory. It was during the earnings. Yeah, it's not very positive. but interesting. Revenue a little bit better, yeah, but earnings worst. I didn't look really into the details, but I assume the revenue might be better because of Volkswagen deal, but the earnings might be worse because of the tariffs. Yeah, well, so interesting. I mean, let's see where this can go. If it starts declining again, it will probably be like sort of slow bleed, right? So this is for Rivian. If you are dealing with Rivian, let me know in the chat. I would be interested in your opinion. I will not be selling options right now for Rivian, even though we can have a look how expensive they are, how much I would get actually from how much I would get from selling puts. So let's say I would say for $12.50 strike price, I would get 11 cents. And so what does it mean, right? So if I get, let's just try this, right? So if let's see how much actually, and I don't need to do it here. I can do it here. So do I have Rivian here? No, I don't. So Rivian, I would be selling puts, right? Premium was 11 cents per one share. Strike price was 12.50. Delta, yeah, well, delta would be probably quite high. Annualized return on investment 46%, which is not bad. And so let me just go to the chart of Rivian again to check how how good price it would be actually. Stocks. So, yeah, 12.50 would be yeah. I don't know if it starts if it stops somewhere here, which is possible, right? So it goes only like halfway since the last stop, right? Halfway, then again slow bleed. I would be buying here with selling puts, and so yeah, it's not really good deal, right? So this is for Rivian. I want to check Groupon as well, because I sold covered calls for Groupon on this level, which is more or less my purchase price right now after selling all the option contracts. Let's check what are the support levels. 28 right now, and then 25, 30, but 28, right? So we are already below 28, and 25, 30. It's here somewhere, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, of course, it's here. I mean, let's see, but it is it's might be slowing down. The selling sort of maybe increases. The selling sort of, yes, the volume increases, but actually it's not selling much more, right? So it's really due um, for change of the direction, and going up again. Let's have a look on this. Let's have a look on options. Option chain. Not option chain, option charts. And let's see what do we have there. Yeah, all right. So there are no options really for the next week. So I don't need to be concerned about it. But but we should look at GameStop as well. Yeah, okay. Also, nothing to be concerned about really. 20, yeah. I mean, it's cool. If it was like half dollar by half dollar, always with 10,000 option contracts, I would be interested, right? So it can really drive price up, but this will not drive the price up too much. And we can have a look also on strategy. So mostly puts, okay. So people are still mostly looking into puts or selling puts. Okay, 200, yeah, 200 levels, 250, 300. I think with strategy, we are slowly being in the territory where the price is almost the same, like the market capitalization is almost the same as of Bitcoin, as the price of Bitcoin or capitalization of Bitcoin they got. And I think it's really due for sentiment to shift because the flywheel is real thing, right? It as long as Bitcoin is growing and as long as there is M2 money supply, right? As the money supply is growing, Bitcoin will be probably growing, and so it's really just it's really just for us to wait and collect the premium from options, but just wait and see, and this will work. This will work. I think the overall macro situation and you know the situation with fiat currency, it just works well for strategy. And sure, the sentiment might change slowly, but then people will realize actually that as the Bitcoin is growing, the strategy that strategy applies is smart, and they are just making money out of it. Also, it will be interesting really to see what they will be doing with all the Bitcoin, right? So right now, and they are already doing things, right? They are already issuing um, new or doing new IPOs, collecting money, buying Bitcoin for that. So they are they are innovative. They are doing new things to be able to buy more Bitcoin. So it's yeah, it's really interesting play. It's interesting what Michael Saylor is doing and how they think actually about the market and about Bitcoin. And if this comes with the nice volatility, then it's only better. It's only better. I can collect nice premium and yeah, lower my base and just be nicely in profit. All right, so that's for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see new live streams every week. Every Sunday, I'm doing planning sessions. Sometimes I'm also connecting during the week if there is something interesting happening on the market. But yeah, normally once a week I connect and share my trades and share my performance. Have a nice guy. Have a nice night. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day. Cheers.